Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln.
Brian Clark State Farm offers a range of insurance products to fit your unique needs and give you a peace of mind. Our dedicated team helps you find the perfect policy to safeguard your biggest investments. Brian Clark State Farm can steer you in the right direction on auto insurance, and we've got your home covered from natural disasters to unexpected accidents. Contact me, State Farm Agent Brian Clark, at 217-732-6211 or visit sfinsurelincoln.com. Go Railers!
The following is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, and online at merealty.com.
Who? Good morning, sports fans. Welcome to the Cheap Seats on WLCN 96.3 FM. Got nothing in my right ear there, Jimmy. I guess that's good. We are broadcasting live from Jake's Furnishings and on some nice leather couches right here, Jake. Oh, there we go. There we go. I got right. Nope. That.
Well, we're back.
Right there. There you go. Don't touch it. You got to shake some wires here, you know, to get things to work.
Yep.
But once again, we are at Jake's Furnishings. You can listen to us on the go. Download the Mixler app. Watch our live stream on YouTube. Coach Alexander in with us this morning. Coach, before we get to the boys basketball, boy, the town of Lincoln through, junior high up to high school, having a lot of success right now. You got the WLB 7th grade boys over in East Peoria today in the state tournament. So congratulations to them and the Chester East Lincoln Panthers.
Easy for you to say.
Get it out. They won their regional, so they're moving on. And both these teams played each other in the regional championship to move on. It would be nice if they put them in different brackets. We could have a better chance of meeting in state.
Yeah, well, that don't seem to happen, so.
Yeah, I mean, good for them. That helps you. It's kind of exciting for you guys up in the high school level to see the success that these younger kids are having.
Yeah, it really teaches them how to compete and compete at a high level and, play under pressure. You know, the kids want to advance to the state tournament and everything. So, you know, it's pretty exciting. So, good luck to all of them, and hopefully they keep on playing.
Absolutely. And then we got the girls last night down in O'Fallon. They took on a really solid O'Fallon team last night, came away with the victory. Chloe Frobe scored her 3,000th point last night. She's, I think, the 10th girl in the state to reach that goal. So 3,000 points, that's a lot of points.
It's a lot of points. A lot of points.
Have you ever done anything 3,000 times in your life, Joe?
Don't answer that.
No comment. I've watched a lot of law shows. No comment.
No comment. The pairings came out for the girls for their postseason. They're going to be traveling all the way up to Geneseo. Perfect place to play.
Yeah.
You know, 2.5 hours away. You know, so
Nice little
I think
drive.
that's what we were hoping for when the season started, wasn't it?
Yeah, we were looking forward to that. No.
Play at Iowa, Indiana, or Geneseo.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to be taking on, obviously Lincoln's the number 1 seed. They're taking on number 9 seed Geneseo. That game is Monday, February 12th at 6 p.m. And then the winner will take on the winner of Peoria High School and Dunlap. We saw Peoria High School earlier in the year. I know their star player was hurt. Any update on her that you know of? Is she back? Or
No, I don't believe she'll be back. She tore her ACL,
Okay.
so I think she's done for the year. So the Peoria school, Peoria has, you know, they've stepped up and you know, continued to play at a high pace. So the one thing the IHSA did was they did go straight from the pairings, and you know, it's 1-4 and 2-3. 2 and 3 will be at Galesburg, and there will be 2 good teams there with Galesburg and Morton.
just trying to go through here and see if there's anywhere
I feel like that was loaded.
close.
You know, the thing, you got to play where they put you, and you know, our girls are got something special, and I think that you know, they'll meet the challenge. I really really think so. And you know, if we get through the regional, one good thing is a sectional is at East Peoria, so that would be a little bit closer. But then again, if you win that, the super sectional will be at LaSalle, Peru. So you know, but we'll just take them step by step and worry about Monday, February 12th. And you can't start looking down the road, because bad things happen, as we all know, when you start just assuming things. So I think our girls know that. I think they know they have to take them game by game, and you know, you can't look ahead. So let's just take them one at a time and come through and take care of February 12th. And you know, they still got game today and one next week. So let's take them, and let's not rush them through their season. Let's enjoy the last part of the year here.
And today's game, probably one of the toughest matchups that they're going to see is at Alton.
It will be. It'll be the best. It's one of the top 3 teams that we've played all year, and you know, playing down in their neighborhood. You know, it's at East. I got to get this straight. It's East Alton Wood River High School. Yeah. So I don't think it's very far from Alton High School, but you know, it's down there in a shootout. So I think Alton is maybe ranked number 2 in 4A. So it'll be a good test for our girls.
What time's that game today?
2:30.
2:30. Okay, so a lot of basketball on tap today. Hopefully the WLB fans traveling to East Peoria right now, if they're tuning in to cheap seats, good luck to you guys today. And then the girls play at 2:30 down in O'Fallon. So a lot of basketball going on today.
We need someone from Lincoln to apply at the IHSA. If you want to get applications ready, they can stop by the high school or something.
We do.
We got Sam Knox over there. You know,
he was in Lincoln. He's not really from Lincoln.
Well, why don't you put your application?
Let's get Sam on the air, and you guys can ask him a few questions on a day I'm not here.
Yeah, we need to have Sam on. You know, speaking of Sam, you got.
They redo the calculations every 2 years on the enrollment. So when they do that, I was told that they go north-south, they divide them up that way, and then they'll go east and west for 2 years. So you got kind of a rotation every 2 years on where you would be on the regional. So this is the first year of the new cycle, the enrollment cycle. So this year, next year, all schools have a certain enrollment that dictates what class they're in. So they change their dividing line. Last year we went up for the boys, we went north. This year we're going south. So I would expect next year we'll still be with the same group that we're with this year.
I mean, well, back in the day, I remember traveling up to Ottawa, north like that. So, I mean, I guess it's just...
Well, maybe it'll be good luck, because when we went that way, we ended up in the Elite Eight. So,
well, let's go north.
Back then, that was the two-class system, and I think that was in 2007 that we went up there.
Yeah,
so
you miss it, or you like the 4 now?
You what?
So do you miss the old 2-class?
I miss the 2-class. I really miss how they used to put the tournament together, where the higher seed was the host school. It comes... like some people could be at a disadvantage. Let's go back to the volleyball season. Take for instance, you had U-High was a host school, and Lincoln was a 2 seed. Well, we ended up having to go to Champaign Central, and it just worked out that we avoided Normal U-High at Normal U-High. So it just works out the way it is, and whoever's hosting has the advantage.
Well,
sometimes they have the disadvantage too.
Yeah. Well, I guess if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best, Joe. So
that's exactly right.
Just go where you go.
We're the #1 show.
That's right.
9 to 10 in Logan County for many, many years.
Many years. They keep bringing us back on.
I think Jim keeps all the awards out at the out at the station. He doesn't bring them in. But,
well, you think they're the awards trophy case at the high school is big. You should see the radio station.
We've got them lined up out there. It's at a secret location like the Bat Cave. We don't want anybody to know.
Have you been in the basement of that place?
Yeah, filled.
That, and there's golden pears down there. I don't know what that's about.
Jim loves pears.
The old pears.
Golden pears with a golden ladder.
Well, Coach, the Railers were at home last night against Decatur Eisenhower. Railers off to a slow start last night, seeing a little bit different of a defense. Took them a little time to adjust, but come away with a big victory, 55-31. You go in at halftime. Do you guys make a lot of adjustments, or you just kind of tweak it a little bit? Because they came out second half and they really figured out that defense. And Eisenhower struggled with our defense pretty much the whole night. I don't think they didn't have many points in the paint. Everything was from the perimeter with Clemens and I think was it Marshall or the other guard. But do you guys make a lot of halftime adjustments, or just kind of tweak what you're doing?
Well, first of all, we got a game plan going in, and Coach Greg watches a lot of film, and I watch a little bit, but nothing like he watches, and we find where we want to attack, and it was there last night, and we found it, and once we got the lead, it changes their defense, and we hit some shots early. We always think the first 3 minutes of the first and second halves are the most important parts of the game because it sets the tone. Well, we were up 6 at half maybe, and we hit a couple shots early and got it up over 10, and then we were able to control them to get them out of their defense. Once they had to come out a little bit, Drew had a great game. We got the ball to him in the middle, and he made great decisions there. And we had guys that when you spread that defense, then you get alleys to the basket, and Gabe Smith had some drives last night. Then we hit a couple shots, and once you get relaxed a little bit and hit a couple shots here and there, and that's what happened in the second half last night.
Something Eisenhower was doing last night seemed kind of odd. You don't see it a whole lot. They were bringing 2 defenders out to set a pick for their point guard, which is going to free somebody up down low. They didn't do it very very long because you guys figured it out, but it just seemed kind of odd where they were bring 2 guys out to set a pick on Clemens' defender to try to get him to go either way.
Well, Clemens is a great shooter.
And a freshman.
And I think he's a sophomore. I think that was a misprint.
Comnic was wrong.
Well, he was going off of the bus. I think the roster said freshman, but I believe he's a sophomore. But he's really a sharp shooter, and he hit one from the volleyball line that'd been about 25 feet. And they were just trying to get a pick, and we work on those things. That's part of our, when people start picking our point, we have rotations to take care of that, to pick him up, and we were able to stop it, and then they quit doing it. So that's what you got to do. If they have success with it, you know what success, it just leads to more and more and more. So if you shut it down early, then they go away from it. So our kid's done a nice job of picking up that the high pick last night.
Go ahead, Joe. Looks like you had something to say.
No, I didn't.
No. Central State 8 game last night, Coach. So still in the running. Big win against Eisenhower, and then tonight we know what we're going to get with Lamphere. We, 3 weeks ago or so, the outcome of that one. So you got to think Lamphere has a little bitter taste in their mouth, wanting some revenge. It does not count towards a Central State 8 record-wise, but tonight it's going to be a fun one.
It'll be fun. They had a rough one last night, so they'll want to come back tonight and kind of pick the pieces up. So we've just got to come out ready to play. We know what they're going to do. They know what we're going to do. So who's going to execute the best? Who's going to hit shots? And again, we're playing another shooter that basically just about like the Clemens kid. We've got to be able to find him and put the pressure on him and not allow him to get going. So it'll be a fun night, and we've got one more conference game with the win last night. The Jacksonville game's going to come back to haunt us.
Yeah. But
we still have a chance to get a share of the conference. So next Friday night, hopefully we'll have a full gym for the Decatur MacArthur game, and hopefully it'll be a great game.
Now, they haven't lost a game all year. They're in the Central State 8 MacArthur, is that correct?
They're 9-0. They won last night. They beat Rochester, so they're 9-0. And with only playing teams once, it's really important that you take care of business, and we've done that other than the Jacksonville game on our home court. So, we're looking forward to the next Friday, but we also got tonight and Tuesday, so before we get there.
Just kind of looking through. Well, go ahead, Joe.
Okay, I forgot something to bring up here because we've lost 7 games. Mm-hmm. See, I did some research with a helpful young man. Of the 7 losses, 6 of those teams have been state ranked at one point during the season.
Yeah.
So you haven't lost to bad basketball teams.
No, we haven't. We played 4 or 5 of those losses are to 4A schools. Quincy, Collinsville, O'Fallon. There's 3 4A schools right there. Rock Island, there's 4. We've played teams to make us better, and I think last night it kind of showed, and hopefully those things pay off as we move down and towards the end of the year into the state tournament.
And don't you think you're playing your best ball right now?
I think so. I really do, and I'm not making excuses because I never will, but we've had a lot of sickness going through too, so hopefully we can get healthy, but I thought last night we played pretty well.
Absolutely. 5 games left in the regular season.
Unreal.
Just flies by.
Well, it'll be summertime here for long.
Boy, then you can really take it easy, right? When those winter sports get done, you can take it easy.
There you go.
I think you have I think May is about the only month that there's no basketball going on around the household.
Well, the weather's always good, so you can run through the sports pretty quickly in the spring. And you have many problems in the spring?
That's amazing, too. I mean, where are we at here? What is today, the 3rd?
The 3rd, yeah.
23 days, spring sports start. Yeah, that's just mind-boggling. So,
and once, we can go ahead and talk about this because nobody worries about us jinxing anything, but boy, we haven't had any snow. We had that one little snap of a cold spell it was cold.
Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah, real nice.
That's why I said it. Look at y'all.
Gonna have a foot of snow next Friday.
You need a little snow in the winter.
You do.
Just on Christmas.
I feel like we've already had it.
We didn't have any snow.
Well, did you travel up north at all?
Let me tell you, you guys have no idea what snow's about. Back in the day,
Here we go.
He had to go to school in 5 foot of snow uphill
every day.
I had to shovel it out for the entire school.
A mile walk to school, and it was 2 miles home.
I had to go 15 miles to school, and you guys can. They had to take bulldozers to get the drifts open back then. We've never had the snow that we had back then, and we had so many drifts that we would build tunnels through the snow, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we don't have any anymore.
Back then in the little town of Fillmore, on a big snow day, we'd get an old car hood, flip it up and over on top, and we'd get the tractors out, and we'd fly around town riding a sled behind the tractor. So,
did you ever make up any homework or anything? Snow days, like maybe catch a little extra work for a class or something?
No,
they didn't have remote learning back then. Unless you sent your homework to them with a pigeon or something. It was
remote learning. Well, those one-room schoolhouses, you didn't get a lot done, could you, Neil?
One room. Well, we had 4 rooms.
4 rooms.
One fireplace.
Yeah.
But it has been. We're already, pretty soon it is spring, and we're watching baseball and track. And the Cardinals are winning, and we're all tan. And,
well, I hope
and you're going to Florida.
I hope so.
Well, Coach, season's really winding down. Your regional pairings will be coming out here, about a week or so?
Next Friday.
Next Friday?
Yep.
Any indication? I know it is the AHSA. Anything can happen.
I'd like to think that we got a very good chance of being the 1 seed. We've beaten everybody in our pool. And if that happens, it'll depend on where Lanphier and Chatham ends up of where we go. I really think those are probably. I think Chatham's number 2, which means that will avoid going to Chatham. But if that happens, then we would end up at Lanphier for the regional. So,
well, I'll tell you what, we're undefeated in the new gym, so let's go.
Yeah, that's right. Let's keep that going.
We had to christen that thing, a few weeks ago. So.
I would prefer not to play that kind of game. I just go down there and have a great game and get it. But again, you got to take them one at a time, and we'll just play and see what happens. But got to take them one at a time, and again, you're a 1 seed having to play at the 3 seed, 4 seeds home court.
And that gives them a little bit of an advantage
of it. So luckily for our girls, they're going to Geneseo, and Geneseo's, I think, the 9th seed.
Yeah.
So, playing if you end up playing the host school, that's the best deal that you get.
Yeah. They're going to regret that.
It's a long drive. At least we're going to stay for a little shorter drives than those boys.
Yeah.
Sending us Geneseo. We're going to have a talk about that with the IHSA.
You know.
Good luck.
And then if we can get through our regional, then Lincoln is hosting the sectional. So.
Oh, all right. There we go. That's better news. Well, Coach, good luck tonight. Anytime Lanphier comes to town, it's going to be exciting. It's a good rivalry. It's great to be back in the Central State 8 to kind of reboot those rivalries.
So.
You got your Glenwood. You like playing Southeast with Coach LT over there, and then obviously Lanphier. So.
Well, there's a lot of rivalries, and I think MacArthur's a good one.
Yeah.
It just when you're so close, everybody knows each other pretty well, and the fan base, they know it too. So, we're excited about it, and hopefully we'll have a good crowd Friday night to hopefully get us a share of the conference. That'd be great coming back to the Central State 8
Absolutely.
the first year, and both boys and girls could get a share. Well, the girls won. It was already won it outright, but we could get a piece of it also.
Well, it's all up to coaching.
Well, you can draw it up on the board, but it comes down to can you put it in the basket.
We don't want to put tight shoes on or anything, but we're counting on you.
We're counting on you.
We want to
Coach.
see you at that sectional, that home sectional.
Well, that'd be nice.
All right, Coach, good luck tonight, and we'll talk to you after the game. Hopefully you're out quick because you tend to get out quicker after a win than a loss.
Well, hope so.
Get it wrapped up and get out. All right, it is an early game. JV at 5 and then varsity at 6:30. So, get out there and get your seats because hopefully it's going to be hard to find a seat tonight.
Yep.
So, all right, we're going to take a commercial break. We come back, we'll have more here on the cheap seats on WLCN 96.3 FM.
Brian Clark State Farm offers a range of insurance products to fit your unique needs and give you a peace of mind. Our dedicated team helps you find the perfect policy to safeguard your biggest investments. Brian Clark State Farm can steer you in the right direction on auto insurance, and we've got your home covered from natural disasters to unexpected accidents. Contact me, State Farm Agent Brian Clark, at 217-732-6211 or visit sfinsurelincoln.com. Go Railers!
Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln. Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Illinois. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the IHSA and the Illinois Athletic Directors Association.
FM with Joe, Jake, and Shabadoo.
You want to get up and dance?
Beastie Boys.
Yeah. Welcome back to the Cheap Seats on WLCN 96.3 FM. We're broadcasting live from Jake's Furnishings, where, Jake, if somebody comes into the store today, what kind of deal are you going to give them?
The walk-in deal?
I mean, we have a construction sale going on, so everything's got to go, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically inventory liquidation or inventory reduction to the next level.
Well, first you need to change your banner because the snow is not falling. But the prices still are.
The prices are still falling. Yeah, the snow.
But is this like other places where you can't combine two sales, so we can't have the construction sale?
Oh, we bundle here,
on top of. Are you going to bundle it?
Bundling sales and discounts and
it's
all the
almost
fun
free.
Stuff. Basically is free. I mean, I don't expect people to pay a whole lot. Just close your eyes and sign the credit card slip.
Pull up one of them price tags there, Joe. Whoa.
It's like fine jewelry. It's all turned face down.
This is fine leather here.
This is nice.
Oh, this is leather.
Oh, yeah.
This is leather.
Top grain.
Top grade.
This is nice.
Well, enough about that nonsense. Let's get to our next guest.
The guy that likes to sit in a leather seat and go fast.
Go real fast.
I don't know about leather, but this is nice. Every time I come in here, I'm like, I want it all, but...
Well, you know, he can arrange that.
I know
we'll
he could.
Sell it all, and that's the point of the sale, selling everything. We're going to sell it all. Mattresses, sofas, tables, whatever you want.
It's for sale.
It's all for sale.
Well, let's talk about Moose Racing. Miles Moose with us. Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Thanks for
having us.
Yeah. Back in the day, you don't remember this, but you were my neighbor for a long time over there. I remember living on Hamilton Street.
Yeah.
Just a little guy.
He ever throw snowballs at you or anything?
No, we put a fence up.
Was he a good kid?
Oh, yeah, he's a good kid.
Hey, I know his dad. He had to be a little bit.
Great kid.
I had my years where I was a little bit of trouble. But
that's everybody. You know, you got to.
That's growing pains.
You got to get in a little trouble, a little mischief. But how did you get started into racing, and at what age?
I was like 4.5. My uncle and my dad, and I believe my mom, they took me over to Macon Speedway, which over by Decatur. Kenny Schrader was racing that night, so big NASCAR star.
Yeah.
You know, I was 4 years old, and I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. I'm assuming that's how that conversation went. I don't quite remember 100%, but you know, the story goes is I just started begging my dad and my mom, and you know, my uncle and my dad got together and bought me my first quarter midget. And
which uncle? Throw his name out there.
Jerry Moose.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Uncle Jerry.
So I remember being 4.5 and going out to Rocking Horse, and my dad and a couple of his buddies would just shove me off, and I'd just drive around there until I ran out of gas, and that's pretty much how it started.
So quarter midget, that's, you know, just a little car with a roll bar on top. And how fast those things go back in when you're little, not extremely fast, but
you're flying.
For being 4 or 5 years old, it seems like, you know, 300 miles an hour.
Yeah, I bet they were, you know, 20, 30 mile an hour maybe. I don't know, you know, off the top of my head, but somewhere around there.
So obviously it just kind of clicked with you. That's something you really enjoyed, and you just kind of stuck with it, you know, throughout the years.
Yeah. We ran quarter midgets up until I was like 8.5. We got a phone call from a guy in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Do you guys know Chili Bowl, midget racing, anything like that?
Yeah.
It's a big ordeal. Well, they have the Tulsa shootout for like the micro sprints before that, and a guy called and offered me to come drive one of his cars. It was a step up, so you know, we went out there and drove that and did really well. We ended up buying a car from them and ran mini sprints for 4 or 5 years, and then Lincoln Speedway opened up. I wasn't quite old enough to run a full-size car yet. I was 13 still. So my dad bought a street stock, and then got old enough to run that, ran that for a while. A good buddy of his, Justin Armburst, let me run his modified for a little bit, and then 2013 is when it like really took off. We bought a crate late model started doing that, and we were very, very successful in that. And then now we're in the super late model, that pretty much the highest we can get without running like a full-time series like the World of Outlaws or late. I race with them guys. I just don't go on the tour.
Okay.
Yep.
You threw a lot of language out there that's foreign to us when you talk about those cars.
We're just over
some lingo that we're. I'm going to nod along like, oh yeah.
It's
when you said your age, back when you said your age, you weren't old enough to drive that. What do you got to be? I mean, do they care anything about a driver's license?
They don't care about the driver's license. I think that they should. Some of the guys you race with, they should.
Can you race without a driver's license?
Oh yeah.
You mean like if you're 25 and no driver's license, you can race?
Yep. Yeah, if you didn't have a driver's license right now, you go buy a car, and it's just how you're going to get it there.
Joe's might be suspended.
You got to have buddies.
He can't pass his eye test.
And I can't believe that your dad, he was a big wiffle ball player back in his day. I don't think he ever beat me, but I would have thought he would throw some wiffle ball bats and balls at you because that's a little cheaper than race cars.
Well, by the time I caught on to the whole baseball thing, it was already too late. I was
hooked into racing.
I was hooked into racing. I played baseball, all through high school, and even before that, and
your dad was a good baseball player.
Yeah, so was my grandpa. But the racing always, that's just always where my heart has been. So I still like watching baseball and playing it when I can. Just throwing the ball around, but
So like when you say your grandpa, you talk about like Yahtzee?
Yeah, he was.
Yahtzee was a ball player.
Yeah.
I like to throw those names out. These guys are legends around Lincoln.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, he was. Yeah, I get that question all the time. Why didn't you go? Because my dad raced motocross too. I don't know if you knew that, but yeah, just always been on four wheels, and that's it.
Racing's in the blood, and you talk about expense. I mean, you're going and buying cars and engines and tires and fuel. It's got to be obviously an expensive sport.
Hey, and that was great. They led you right into talking about the fundraiser.
Yeah. So every year we've been doing this for 4 or 5 years now. We put together, I like to call it a race party. It is a fundraiser. Don't get me wrong. We have a lot of people come together, and we get some awesome like auction items and stuff like that, and it just helps us get an engine rebuild or pay for tires throughout the year. But we spend a lot of money for the party, so it's a good time. It's a good way for me to get to see the fans that come from. We had guys from Iowa, and it's a good time. So you get to come out, meet new people, people I don't get to see sometimes all year, and everyone just comes have a good time. $10, you get a good dinner. There's drinks, and I think we're gonna have a band. I'm not 100% sure on that yet. But
hey, tell us all about the listeners, all about the time, place, all that.
Yeah. So it starts at 5 o'clock.
And it's next Saturday.
Next Saturday, the 10th of February, at the Lincoln Banquet Center, just down the road. $10 admission that gets you. I think we're having a pulled pork dinner, and then we're gonna have auction items, silent auction, raffle items. We'll have some of our merchandise there for sale. So we welcome anyone to come out and check it out.
What would it take to put a big old Cheap Seats logo on the side of that car?
Oh boy,
$5,000.
Hang on, he may not want it on there.
By big, you mean like
by
3
big,
by 4.
I mean like a 3-inch logo.
3-inch logo.
About the size of a headlight.
Or the size of a quarter.
You don't have to answer that.
He'd take no less than $10,000 today.
Yeah.
Cash.
It won't be that much.
So
just a little.
I would like to know if you could throw a number out. Like, what do you think the average race costs to be in? Just if you're going through tires, your travel. What's it? Just
pretty much we've figured it up at a bare minimum. It's going to be anywhere from $1,100 to $1,500 just to unload the race car. When all reality, because you're going to go through 4 tires a night, and they're $250 a piece right now. Then you have to factor in, laps on your engine. Engine rebuilds are not cheap right now. After COVID, that stuff just skyrocketed. We could get our engine rebuilt for anywhere from $8 to $10, and now it's $12 to $15. So thousand.
I was just say.
You just lost Jim.
Yeah.
Jim just put his wallet back in his pocket.
Jim was all in, and then he's like, "Oh, wait a minute."
Yeah.
That's if you don't damage the car somehow in the race.
And I tend to screw something up every time I'm out on the track, whether it be a body panel or
somebody else's car.
Somebody else's car.
Well, if you're being aggressive, I mean, you may have to bump a few cars.
Yep.
And then
Rubbing is racing.
Now, does everybody on your racing team just kind of cringe when you do it? Like, oh man,
they're not happy when I do it. That's for sure. Especially my dad. And I'm not happy with myself because then I got to come back and fix it. So as I've gotten older, I feel like I've gotten better. I had my years where I flipped like 2 or 3 cars in a year. So
you said flipped,
yeah.
Oh,
end over end. Actually, I might hold the record out at Lincoln.
That's a good one to hold.
Yeah.
For flips or for?
Put your name up on a board out there.
No, the big telephone poles that they have that have the not barbed wire, but the fencing. I think I took down 3 or 4 of them in one little swipe.
Oh, well,
that's you costing the racetrack money now.
No, they put them back up straight. They're fine.
They're fine.
Now let's talk about some of your success, because I know that your dad explained to me what was going on like last year around Christmas, was it, or maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but your dad explained it all to me and it was very impressive. If you would like to brag on yourself a little bit.
Yeah, so I mean, right now we're racing with the top guys in the country. They're professional race car drivers. They race anywhere from 70 to 100 times a year. Their toter homes and trailers cost, to get a brand new one, they're $1 million. That's just the trailer and toter. That's no time crew chiefs, crew. But anytime that they come around here, we run with them. And actually last year, they call it the Prairie Dirt Classic. It's $50,000 to win. They have a preliminary night, and I led 29 3/4 laps of that feature, and they threw a caution that shouldn't have been thrown. And when I went to take the green, my brake rotor must have gotten hot while I was racing. It cooled down. When I went into the corner, it just shattered, and right rear tire flew off, and that was it. I mean,
it makes it more difficult with 3 tires.
It makes it way more difficult with 3 tires. But that was,
I've been told this.
That was going to be a minimum of making almost $10,000 to nothing. But
and these guys don't appreciate you. Am I correct? Like, if I've got this $1 million deal going on and you're pulling it over there and you're thinking you're beating me, I'm probably not very happy with you.
Yeah, they definitely don't like it. I've had a few instances where, my car's gone through extra tech. They do tire samples to make sure you're not chemically altering your tires. I've had tires be sent off when other guys should have been, but they weren't, but that's fine. I mean, it makes me feel good. We do it correct, so I'm not worried about anything, but it makes me feel good.
It feels like bullying to me.
I wouldn't, they just don't really understand it, I don't think. We put a lot of time and effort into my race team, and I always have. So anytime we go to the track, especially when these guys are coming to town and I can race with them, I like to prove myself. So I'm very competitive when it comes to that. So I spend probably way too much time in my shop, work on my car and make sure it's right. But a lot of people don't understand what it takes either. Like, they just see cars going around in a circle, and
that's what we know.
Yeah. Which is fine. It's awesome that people at least watch. But
I give credit to my buddy Ronnie Fleshman. He's a big race guy, and Mikey raced, and he taught me all about it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize so much was going on until I started watching races with him, and I have much more of an appreciation for it.
Yeah.
And the money that it costs is like, wow.
Yeah. I'll throw some numbers out there. So like right now, to go buy a brand new chassis, this is like a complete roller with shocks. That's it. It's right around $55,000 just for the car. Engines are right there with it. So we've had our car 4 years now. I've flipped it. My dad's friend Justin Armburst and I, we re-clipped it on our garage floor like we just do what we can. We like to have fun and go race, but also be competitive when we do it.
Now, are you able to work on the engine? You know how to do all this stuff?
I do not rebuild the engines. I change the valve springs, run the valve lash.
These guys be happy to help with that.
Yeah, sure.
Just don't. I don't want anything to do with grease.
We should grab your tool belt over there.
Get your little saga set, Jake. And
I got the tools out in the truck right now.
What about? So you have a race team?
Yeah, I mean,
what about when you have a flat or something? You got some guys right there who are going to jump on top of that and push them on.
Normally I have, my dad normally comes with my buddy Christian Anderson. I actually work with him. It's a friend, Andrew Ingram. Anyone who comes with me,
Yeah, you throw those names out. They need some.
Yeah. So them two, my dad, my wife, and my two daughters. They try and get in the mix too sometimes. So they're my security. I always say when they come to the racetrack. But
how old are your daughters?
9 and 5.
So they're a lot of help, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Yes, they are.
They're my biggest critiques also.
Yes, we thought so. Yeah. It's a lot of time and work and money, but it's fun doing it.
Yeah, it is, and it's especially fun, when they come to the shop and they've gotten older. They like going to the racetrack, and they love it just as much as I do. I think. But yeah, it's just a big family event. I can't really hire anyone to come work for me, so it's just a friend and family. That's my crew.
Drop a few of those $50,000 wins, you might.
we were close, but this year's new year, so we're gonna.
So where do you do a majority of your racing?
I'd like to say I race in Lincoln all the time, but just I can't do that anymore. They don't race my class here, so we go to Farmer City. Fairbury's our biggest one. That place over there is just rocking. It's crazy how a town and a community can come together and support a racetrack.
Yeah, we back when I was doing fireworks, we'd go over there and do a show at the racetrack during races. Yeah, and it's huge.
Yeah,
they have that small little town.
Yep, they have the Prairie Dirt Classic. It's the end of July, the last weekend of July, and I don't know, that town might have 3,000, 4,000 people in it.
Tops, yeah.
And they said this year there was almost 30,000 people.
Really?
Yep. I mean, they've got campers miles down the road out in cornfield. It's crazy.
It is Sturgis of racing.
I'm telling you, if you guys ever get the opportunity, we actually invited some of our city council to come over and just come over for one night. We'll show you around, introduce you to these people, yeah, it's awesome.
When you compare tracks, this is a good track out here?
Yeah, Lincoln's, I love Lincoln.
And now, why don't they have your class? Is it just something that there's not a lot of interest in, or it's money?
Yeah, the class that I race in, it just costs more to have these guys come. We expect a higher purse than like a crate late model. They probably get paid $7,000 to $1,000 to win, and we're anywhere from, on a normal night, I could travel from here to, I don't know, a couple hours away and race for at least $5,000 to win. So that doesn't include middle of summer when there's 10, 20s, and there was $1 million to win race last year. So
that's pretty ugly. Racing for $1 million.
Yeah, there's a lot of money out there to be won, that's for sure, and someone's got to win it. Your odds for that are higher than playing the lottery, probably.
So let's talk about how do those guys get to where they are, the ones that we watch on TV? You got to get noticed by somebody. Does somebody have to just come to you that's in a Joe Gibbs guy? Does he pop out sometime and go, hey, you want to race? Is that how you get there?
Yeah. I mean, now I don't really know the whole NASCAR deal. To get into NASCAR, I know that we had talked to a couple guys to rent a dirt car for the ARCA races, in Springfield, and it was a lot of money. It was $60,000 for 2 races. So you gotta have money and the sponsors to bring with to get into the seat, and then I'm sure once you prove yourself, you've got your Kyle Larsons of the world who are just natural born race car drivers who are great, but I wish I could tell you how to get into NASCAR, but I haven't figured it out
Who do we
yet.
have that's right down the road here from? I mean, I'm sure you know him. Springfield area.
Justin Allgaier.
Yeah.
Yep.
So did he just have money, or did he?
Well, he's got both. I mean, these guys are professionals. They're skilled and they have money. So, just trying to get into NASCAR on talent, it just does not happen anymore. Unfortunately, it's all about who you know and how much money you can bring to the table. Unfortunately.
Obviously. Now let's talk about this race gear that you wear, because that's something we'd like. Like next time you're on the show, we want you to come in the race gear. What's one of those costs?
The suits really aren't that bad.
But they got to be. Don't they have to be under the special stuff, fireproof and different things or something? Or?
Three-layered fireproof. They're anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000. So like the suits we wear around.
Oh yeah,
with our ties.
Yeah. The helmets get kind of crazy. You can get all carbon fiber helmet, and they're $5,000 or $6,000. But I don't.
Well, you got to protect that noggin up there.
You do have to protect the noggin. Seats are anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000. Then you've got your neck restraint. Them are $200-$300. So. That's stuff I don't really like to cut corners on. You got to be safe, and I've seen multiple fires and people flip, and you're like, there's no way they're walking out of that, and they do, and it's all because of their safety gear. So I believe 100%, in that. So
you're talking 3 layers. You're racing in the summertime. It's 150 degrees out. How hot does it get in that car?
So last July, when it was like them couple hot days when it was 112 or whatever, we have a little laser heat, and it was 170 something degrees in my cockpit.
Goodness.
Do you use the air conditioner much?
I sure.
Well, you know what I was just going to ask was,
turn it up.
What would be a good fundraiser, but I don't think you'd pull it off, is if you'd put a seat in there next to you.
That's going to be my next question.
And then you'd have some clowns that put in at a drawing, and they get to ride with you.
So actually, that's funny because Fairbury, they have a 2-seater late model that they take people on rides, like pay tickets. And they donated one, and I'm going to be the driver for it. So that's going to be one of the auction items that we're going to have. We're trying to decide if we're going to auction it off or maybe sell tickets or something.
I was going to say, Scott would do it, Cheap Seats Live.
Yeah. With the Joe on the go mic.
Yeah. The problem is we're not wireless. So
yeah, we are.
You're going to have to avoid people.
No,
drive a little different.
There won't be anyone on the track. It's just
Lloyd will be in the back seat filming.
Nobody on the track. You're just going to go spin around.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That is cool, yeah.
Still, don't get the cord caught.
Yeah.
We can't afford another set.
No.
Well, you guys look cool when they pop out of those race cars in those outfits, you you get out and you got that thing on. It's like, that's cool.
You got one at home, Joe? You just wear it around the house?
He has his wife wear it around.
Yeah.
Now, hey,
Joe.
You know what? This is a family show.
Joe wears his wrestling leotard around.
That's what it is.
Leotard.
He wears a cheerleading outfit while she wears a race.
Singlet. What do you call those things? Singlet?
Leotards.
Singlets. Yeah. Boy. Why does this show always go south?
Could be because of the dummies that are on it.
Yeah,
excluding you. You just happen to be here today.
No, I'll include myself.
So when's the next race? I mean, we're getting into spring here, right around the corner. When do you really kick off your season?
We don't really kick off till May. They schedule races, March and April, but they always get rained out. You might get 1 or 2 in, but the season doesn't really kick off till beginning of May. I could be down in Florida racing right now if I didn't have a full-time job. But it's right around May is when it will kick off, and that'll be anywhere. We'll race from May all the way up through October, sometimes November, and then we have the race indoors in St. Louis in December. That's a cool event too. If you guys ever want to check that out, it's where the Rams used to play at the Dome.
Oh yeah.
They built a whole racetrack in about a week, and there was 167 cars that showed up this year.
Nice.
So will you be in that?
Yeah. Yep.
When is it?
I'll have to check the dates. It's like December 13th, 14th, and 15th.
And give us an update on that, because that's something I might go over to.
That would be fun, yeah.
Tickets are very exclusive, Joe.
Hey.
You can buy a suite.
Well, we want to be down.
I have a place to stay. That's why
we want down in the action.
Yeah.
I have a place to stay down there.
You guys are more than welcome. It's we've actually won that race 2 years ago, so
That'd be cool.
It is a cool event. A lot of people show up from all around the country, and it's just so much different because you're inside and like it's loud, and sometimes you can hear the fans when you're driving. So the atmosphere is just cool.
And I have another question, because we always talk about this thing called practice. How do you practice racing? Do you have times where you just go pop somewhere and you run it and you practice?
Yeah, sometimes. It just depends kind of where our engine is at. Like lap wise, because we can't really like lap our engine.
It costs a lot of money to practice.
Yeah. Like unloading a race car, like I said earlier, minimum of $1,000. It doesn't matter whether you're racing or going to go practice. Like that's gonna usually when you practice, it actually costs more because you're putting on new tires and trying to figure out your times and trying to get the most like consistent feel for your car, so you know what to change. The next time you go race, or we like to practice racing. Like, if that makes sense. Like, yeah. I don't like to go. Yeah, I don't like to go out on a track by myself because you don't get a feel for. Because aerodynamics is a big deal too. So you get behind a car and, it changes the way that
draft.
Yeah.
There's no traffic. It's just you.
Look at that word I threw out there at you. Looking for the draft.
Yeah. Do you have a setup at home where you got 4 monitors and the seat and all that? I mean, you see a lot of that.
Virtual reality, maybe?
Yeah.
He's a gamer. He knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to get an iRacing setup, but I just don't. I can't build myself up to do it for some odd reason. There's a lot of guys who do it, but
do you think the draft in that would be different than it?
I'm sure it's.
Look at us. See, we picked up words now.
It's a cool 70 degrees in here, but it'd be fun.
Yeah, that iRacing though, it's about as real as it gets. I've done it multiple times. I've had the VR headset on, and but yeah, some of them guys, they got big curved
like
screens
all around, and the whole get up. Even then, the stick and all that. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yep, I've thought about buying, the whole setup.
Well, if you do, let me know.
Yeah, I'll bring it in here and have you guys try it.
In my second part 2 of that question was, what about like you personally, athletically? What do you train for racing?
Like at least 2 beers a day?
At least 2 beers a day. Yeah. You got to practice getting in. No, I'm just kidding.
Getting in and out of the suit.
Yep. So luckily, I work on the wind turbines here outside of town, so that's a pretty good workout every day, climbing up and down them. So, but no, I mean push-ups, sit-ups. Just normal.
Kind of the same thing we do.
Yeah. Yeah, look at us.
Yeah.
Well, if you weigh...
Finely tuned athletes.
The weight's got to make a difference in your car, right? So if you balloon up to 300 pounds, are they still going to let you race?
They'll let you race, but...
I'm talking about your dad, or is he going to look at you and go, hey, man?
Well, the problem, if I get up, if I gain more weight and I get a bigger seat in there, then he's going to want to start racing it, and I can't let that happen. He bugs me about it all the time. Take your seat out and get a fat man seat, and you throw it in there, and I'll show you what's up. I'm like, okay, Dad.
Oh, there's fat man.
He's
seats.
Old. Tell him that.
Yeah, I don't. That guy.
So when you're wanting to switch, I mean, it's not really lanes, but do you have the little thing telling you if there's people in your blind spot or not?
Nope. No mirrors. No radios.
Can't turn your head.
No indicator.
No indicator.
No beeping.
Yep. You kind of just
put your hand out like left turn.
No.
Right. No.
What kind of fuel? I mean, there's probably a special fuel that you have to use. You can't just go to a Thornton's or a Casey's and get your fuel, do you?
No. We actually just switched brands. It's called Fuel Factor. It's but it's 116 octane. The normal stuff you get at the gas station is 87, 89. Mm-hmm. So
I do 92.
That's good. It's good for your engine. No ethanol.
It's more expensive too.
That it is.
Probably easy to start a fire with.
Very easy to start a fire with.
So how do you? I mean, do you guys have like storage tanks? How do you have that brought in?
Yeah, we get it by the drum. So we get. They're a sponsor of ours, so luckily most of our fuel is paid for the year.
Perfect. Right.
Yeah, it's nice. Unfortunately, you can't put that in anything else. My dad likes to put it in his lawnmower, and then he wonders why there's a rod hanging out the side of it.
Gets his grass cut.
Maybe he shouldn't drink beer while he's mowing it.
Yeah. For about a minute and a half, it's got so much more power.
Yeah, it just mows through that grass.
Yeah, there was a time last year it blew the muffler off of it. And he's like, I don't know what's wrong with this thing. No. I'm like, Really? Because when you fire it up, I smell pure race fuel. That's funny. No.
It can't be that.
No.
And he's probably smoking a cigarette while he's fueling it up.
Cannot comment on that. But yeah.
Well, throw out your fundraiser again and tell us, when it is again, so listeners can.
Yep. So next Saturday, February 10th, Lincoln Banquet Center here in town. Starts at 5. We'll probably do the auction around 6:30, 7 o'clock. We'll serve dinner, probably from the time you show up till 7 or whatever. And think about having a couple bags set up and maybe throw a little bags tournament. We talk about that every year. It never happens, but
we have a fantasy football
league. Yeah,
it happened one year.
Yeah. But no, it's like I said, it's a really good time. You get to meet new people, and there's always something there for someone. We have, my wife and a couple of her friends make baskets, for the ladies, and we've got some really cool stuff coming in that we're going to auction off. A guy actually came and picked up a couple of my old rims that had been wrecked in a camshaft, and he built a cool table out of it. It has our graphics and stuff on it. So
that's cool.
Yeah, it'll be a good time.
Is there a place online to see what's doing it?
Yeah, so if you go on Facebook and just look up Moose Racing Party, or just look up Moose Racing, we have our page there that you can just figure out all the info on that, or just send me a message or on Facebook, and I can help you out.
Excellent.
Yeah, very nice. Well, Miles, thanks for coming in today. Keep us updated. Maybe we'll get the crew together and come watch a race and get down in the nitty-gritty of it and see how it works, And
just swing by the shop sometime. I'll show you. And it's really hard to explain like how everything works without showing you,
Right.
But, just come by the shop, have
especially the 3 people that aren't very smart.
You got that right. But when it comes to cars, I know where the fuel goes. That's about it.
My question was, the Lady Railers are playing tonight, right?
This afternoon.
This afternoon.
2:30. Yep.
God, they're killing it.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Crazy. So I'd try and keep up with that, and that's awesome. They were so close last year, and then I hope they get it done this year. They deserve it. They deserve it.
It's awesome, really.
Yeah, they're fun to watch. But they play at 2:30 today down in O'Fallon.
Okay.
Probably one of the toughest games they're going to see all year against an Alton team. So
cool.
Yeah.
Well, good luck to them, and I haven't really been able to keep up with the boys basketball all that much, but I'm sure they're doing good too.
They're 19-7 now, and they're doing well.
Cool.
Good. Well, Miles, stay in touch. Like I said, we'd like to come down and watch a race and kind of see how everything operates, and maybe.
We need reminded though. We're old.
Yeah. So let us know. Fairly close. We're not going to travel to Oklahoma
unless Jim pays for it.
Unless Jim. Jim's raised his hand.
Yeah,
that's a binding contract.
If I could just take a second, thank some of my sponsors.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
So my 2024 sponsors are Fuel Factory. That's a new fuel company we had come on. Tucker Automotive. They're not from around here. They're from down in St. Louis. Me Realty, Seth Goodman. They're awesome people. So if you're looking to buy or sell a house, get a hold of them. The Lodge Off 66. They came on board this year. AAA Siding and Windows. Lightning Performance Group, Duvall Automotive, ML Performance, Lone Wolf Petroleum, D-Fades downtown, Moltz Marine, Tactical Bunker there downtown, and then Davison Trucking. So I appreciate all of them, and
absolutely,
hopefully I make them proud. So
all right,
I'm sure.
And if there's some people out there listening that would like to sponsor, who do they contact?
They contact me. I can, say my phone number, but Facebook preferably.
Facebook,
Miles Moose, MYLES, and then we have our Moose Racing page. Just send me a message on there, and I'd be more than happy to support your business, and we do a really good job. Our cars always look good, and try and do a good job. So
what's your paint scheme? What colors you go with?
I like black, white, and orange. That's just always been my colors. My dad really liked yellow, and I'm not a huge fan of it. So, but we always do put some on there. But yeah, that's my colors. And then the number 84, Punk O'Donohue.
Absolutely.
Donahue family has always been a huge supporter of me, and I hope I make them proud too. Running.
They know a little bit about racing.
Yeah, they know a lot. They're an awesome family, and I love them guys to death.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Well, Miles, good luck coming coming up in the season, and like I said, keep us informed.
I will.
And we'll come check out a race and get some behind-the-scenes action and a little documentary there.
Yeah, there you go.
Joe's good on documentaries. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us today on the Cheap Seats. Pretty good show. Hour went fast. Jake, I don't think you said 3 words.
I said 4. 4.
Okay. All right. Well, that's going to do it for us today. A lot of basketball going on
Sure
today.
are pretty, though.
The WOP
here
7th grade boys are tipping off right now, so good luck to them. And check out the Lady Raiders at 2:30, and then the boys tonight at 6:30. So thanks for tuning in to the Cheap Seats, WLCN 96.3 FM.
Good.
Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube
Culver's
video
is a
streams
family
as well as
restaurant.
recordings
To me,
of
that means being the
services
place
and
that puts a
special
smile
events.
on everyone's
Full Gospel
face.
Evangelistic
We're famous
Center,
for our cooked-to-order
304 North
Butterburger.
McLean Street in Lincoln.
Brian Clark State Farm offers a range of insurance products to fit your unique needs and give you a peace of mind. Our dedicated team helps you find the perfect policy to safeguard your biggest investments. Brian Clark State Farm can steer you in the right direction on auto insurance, and we've got your home covered from natural disasters to unexpected accidents. Contact me, State Farm Agent Brian Clark, at 217-732-6211 or visit sfinsurelincoln.com. Go Railers!
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order Butterburgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, and online at merealty.com. The preceding program is a presentation of WLCN,